Hey everybody, I'm JJ. You're watching Reality Survival. So I was just going to go live real quick and talk about this tank here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm leak testing this old tank, and I got this from my neighbor. And you know, to buy these things, even old ones like this one that's been sitting around, is usually, you know, $300, $400, something like that. They cost quite a bit. And then to get a stand, you know, like that, or to have to make one would probably be another, you know, $500 worth of material or something like that these days. I don't really know exactly, but you know, what I did with this whole situation is my neighbor installed my whole house generator for me, and he charged me a certain amount, and I told him, well, I don't really think that's enough. I want to give you a little bit more because I appreciate everything that you do for me and all that kind of thing. And previously we had been talking about this, and I was going to buy this from him. And, you know, he was like, hey, why don't you just go ahead and take that? And oh yeah, by the way, I know somebody who's got a bunch of these stands, and I think he'll probably just give it to you. And I was like, wow, that's really cool, man. So, you know, this, like I said, I gave him a couple $100, and for me, this is probably going to end up being, you know, $1,000 worth of preps. You know, I probably couldn't go buy it new for less than that, and even if I was getting it used, it'd still be pretty close, probably. What I'm doing right now is I'm filling it full of water, and I'm rinsing it out because it's pretty old. It's got some rust and stuff like that in it. And so, and I'm also at the same time conducting a leak test. Just want to make sure, see if we've got any leaks. It's possible. Now, I didn't put any pipe dope on this, so I just want to see, you know, if it looks like we've got any leaks down here. I probably got too much water all over the place already. I definitely didn't put any pipe dope on any of this stuff. So I'm going to keep an eye on it, see if we've got any leaks. If we do, I'll try to figure out where they're coming from, and you know, just tack weld them, get it nice and leak proof, and then there'll be the whole process of cleaning this thing out. So what I'll do with that is I'll shake it around, shake it a whole bunch, and put some water down in there, and then I'm going to drain it out, and that way hopefully it'll drain a whole bunch. And then after it drains down about halfway, then I'll take my air hose with it pressurized, and I'll push that air hose down in there to jumble the water around and stuff like that. And that'll kind of slosh the stuff, you know. And then it'll also help to push the, I'll tilt the tractor bucket down a little bit more, and then that'll help push the stuff down towards the end here, you know, so it'll come out that part there. You want to make sure that anytime you're using an old one like this, and really anytime you're using any of them, you make sure you run a filter through there. What I do is I put a filter at the end, and then I also place a large magnet right on the bottom side there. And that magnet will hold that'll help to hold some of the rust particles and stuff like that on there as well. As far as what color I'm going to paint it, I'm going to probably go with a white. And the reason I've historically done mine in white is you generally want your tanks to have the least amount of temperature differential possible. That way you don't get any condensation in there. And so white is going to be the best color for that, as far as I could guess anyway. So yeah, we'll probably end up doing it. Yeah, it just helps it be a little bit more temperature stable and stuff, so you don't get condensation inside the tank. So that's the plan as of right now. Wonder how full we're getting here. Ooh, it's getting pretty full, I think. So I wasn't going to be too long on this one. I just figured I would just kind of share with you guys what we got going. Let me show you the stand here real quick, what I did with it. So it still looks rusty, but I've taken, it's pretty well cleaned off. I've taken 24 grit sandpaper on a, not a grinder, but let me show you if I can find it. Where did I put that thing? Is it up here? It's like an air grinder, a rotary grinder, whatever you want to call it. I got it around here somewhere. Well, here, I'll show you the discs. These are the discs that I used, cleaning it off. So this the tank stand has been sitting around in a field for probably 20 or 30 years or something like that, and it's gotten pretty rusty, but structurally it's still pretty good. The one thing that I did do is we had, don't know if you can see that. Here, let me tip this up this way. Yeah. Watch out. So this leg was bent. It was bent on it. And I went ahead and heated it up and got it as straight as I could. And then I just took another piece of angle iron and scabbed it on here. Don't look at my welds. Some of them are embarrassing. And just scabbed it on there. That way it'll be plenty strong. I didn't want to, after heating it up, I didn't want to trust the original leg since it's got some age to it and stuff. But I think with this on there, it'll be fine. So I've got some Rust-Oleum bare metal primer. I'm going to prime once I clean off the tank and sand it the same way I did with that one. Then I'll hit them both with some gray primer, and then I'll paint them gloss white for the tank, and the stand is going to be flat black. So that's kind of the plan with these. I think that's about a 200-gallon tank. Let me know what you guys think, if that looks like about a 200-gallon tank to you. I'll show you here a little closer in a second. I want to grab a rag. That's my best guess, is that it's a 200-gallon tank. I don't think it's 300. It might be 250. I don't know. It's not huge. It's definitely larger than 100. So, okay, just kind of wanted to check out this bottom section here. It's the part that I'm most concerned with as far as the leaking goes, because you can see that there's a little bit of damage here where the nozzle has been kind of pulled around. So yeah, killing 110. I think it's probably 200. That's my guess. So if I put my shoulder to it, right up to the edge here, and reach my arm back, just to give you that's how far my arm reaches, one arm. So it's pretty good size. I mean, it's definitely more than I got. I've got a 100-gallon tank right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the 100-gallon tank full of diesel. I'll empty out the gas, make it a diesel tank, and then I'm going to make this my gasoline tank. So that's sort of the plan as far as right now anyway. Let's go, Brandon. What's up, Leatherneck Prepper? If you guys aren't subscribed to Leatherneck Prepper, you should go check him out. So hold on a second. I was trying to read the comments here. It's kind of hard to read the comments on a cell phone. So let me see here. Take the bolts off and put the Loctite on them so the stand doesn't come apart. Oh, you're talking about over here on the stand. Yeah, I'll probably, what I'll end up doing, because the bolts are pretty old, probably what I'll end up doing is just running a weld at each joint, you know, or something along those lines. As I was thinking about that. I mean, the bolts are... What's up, dude? Hello. Xander's been out back crunching up some rock that we've got. I'll go show you guys real quick. You want to show us how to break the rock up, bud? So, okay. So he was wanting a 3D printer, and so I told him, I said, well, that's a pretty big project. You got to work for it. And so he said, okay, sounds good. I'll work for it, whatever you want me to do. And so I told him I wanted him to get the sledgehammer and bust up this rock pile we got. This is where, for those that hadn't seen it before, we're building the backyard here, and we're still going to bring in another couple 100 tons worth of dirt. And so we had all this decking from the pool that we took out, and it's kind of left back here. So as you see, all the stuff that is broken up is where he's been working on it. And I help him every once in a while too, but you can see he's done a lot getting all this stuff broken up, and it's a hard project, you know. So I bought him a 6-pound sledgehammer so he can handle it a little bit better. He's only 13. And so he's been breaking this stuff up, and he's doing a good job. He's got a little ways to go, but we just kind of move it around every once in a while so that he can get fresh edges, you know, to break the corners off, because that's the easiest way, is to work on the corners and stuff. So he's been doing awesome. You want to try to break some? Get it a little on camera time. Can you find a good corner? So Killing 110 said, do you have military tents like the light fighter? Seems like a good long-term investment if you ever had to bug out or have a house fire. Did you? So I don't have any military tents. What I do have is yeah, that's not a real great angle, is it, bud? What I do have is a wall tent, an elk hunting wall tent, from, I think it's called Elk Mountain or something along those lines. But anyhow, so this is just Xander's project. He's working on this, crunching this thing up, and earning some money so he can get a 3D printer. Let's go see how the water's doing. I should be getting pretty close to getting full, I would think. Green light means the generator is good to go. I was out here the other day and it started up on its scheduled time right when it was supposed to. That was kind of cool. Oh yeah, we got a whole range here at the house. Killing 110 said he recommends having an archery range and an air gun range. See how close we're getting. We can. Yeah, so it's probably two-thirds of the way full right now. So anyway, guys, I wasn't gonna keep you on here for the whole time. I just thought it'd be easier to go live than to try to show you, you know, upload it later and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, take care, and we'll see you guys on another video shortly.